Now, one thing related to the methods of suicide to consider is the idea of environmental safety. In healthcare and criminal justice settings, it's imperative to have environments that provide safety for people in an acute suicidal state. Now, what does that mean? Um, it means being really attentive to any mechanism that could be used for suicide, particularly suffocation. So it's actually fairly, you'd be surprised at the different methods that people can use to suffocate themselves. Oftentimes, when people think about a hanging, they imagine some sort of bar up above them, something to hang from, and and a rope. But we know that a hanging doesn't have to require the person's feet to be dangling. In fact, you can actually suffocate by using a door handle and, again, something that can constrict the neck. So that could be clothing with strings, or if it can be torn into strips, it could be sheets and pillowcases. Call-light cords. So hospitals often have these little cords that you pull to alert the nurse. Those can be used. Plastic bags and trash cans, again, suffocation risk. Um, uh, Shower fixtures, curtains, again, those are called ligature points, things that people can use to hold, uh, to be able to, again, use the other mechanisms like the sheets to be able to suffocate themselves. Door handles, hooks in closets, grab bars in bathrooms. So one of the things that uh, these healthcare settings should be mindful of is that creating a environmentally safe situation for people that are, again, in an acute suicidal state. Now, I should point out that I feel ambivalent about this idea. The reason why is certainly we want to take steps to prevent people from killing themselves, but um, we also want to create environments where people can recover and get better. And so sometimes in mental health facilities and psychiatric hospitals, there's a kind of a tremendous um, risk management policy that makes the situation pretty unpleasant. So in cases where there's sometimes there's paper sheets that they sleep on, and they have pillowcases, again, of paper. It's an unpleasant experience. So clothing that just cannot be torn into strips. It tends to not be all that comfortable. So I feel a little bit torn on this because you want to balance the environmental safety with having a warm and inviting environment where a person can feel comfortable, and where it could be an asylum in the classical sense, a respite for the suffering that they're experiencing. And so I wanted to bring that to your attention. Again, there's not a clear answer to this, but certainly you do want to be mindful of these kind of factors.